Can everybody hear me?
All right, everybody. Welcome to the SFL postgame show. We apologize for the brief audio issues, but we've got everything solved now, and we've got Alan Drum, the Houston Hyenas offensive coordinator, on the air for us. And you were telling me, I guess, not telling all the people, but you can now, your overall impressions of tonight's loss against Santa Fe. 41 points for your offense in your first game as OC.
Exactly. I mean, 41 points is nothing to sneeze about. I mean, like I said in the ballpark yesterday on the on the pregame show, I did say it was going to be a high-scoring affair. Unfortunately, Ramos, Lynn, and Colin Northrup, Football Dude 93, did an outstanding job. Me and Damon has a lot to work on the defensive side with his specialty, and hopefully I will have a little work myself on it. But there are some times that on my side that Colin did do a lot of good plays in the goal line and forced us into the field goals, and we could have actually took advantage and actually scored some.
Darnell Black had a good game, 29 carries, 284 yards. You know, he's pretty good on opening night.
Yeah, but that's what I was brought in for. I mean, my specialty on running, you can ask a lot of CAG people. That's my number one goal. I mean, I usually run the ball and had success with it, and that's what I went over to Houston to help the running game, and we did accomplish that. I mean, we can take a lot of stuff. Like I said, I wish my head coach and owner, Damon Sim, a safe flight home tonight from Salt Lake City and over in Mexico. Good game, my man. Ramos, hopefully, I wish you can call in. Hopefully, you can do it on your work phone.
One more question for you, Alan.
Job.
One more question for you,
right,
Alan. Nick T. Quick, 13 catches, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. It often looked like the second star corner for the Hyenas just was not around Nick T. Quick tonight, and Matt Wilson, that Wilson to Quick connection was just unbelievably successful. How does I know you're not a coach of the defense, but what are your thoughts on how Houston can improve their pass defense heading into week 2?
Major work. I mean, that is going to be our number one focus this week. I mean, on the offensive side, I'm ranking us a B, but major failure on the defensive side. I am not proud of our defense, and I can promise we will not give up 52 points.
All right, Thank you, Alan Drum, the offensive coordinator of the Houston Hyenas. Open line now. We have just one open line because we're a brand new show. 210-473-8428 is SFL headquarters. And as soon as I can get someone in on the program, I got a 216 area code calling in. The line is closed. 216. Who do I got on the air?
This is Ronnie Nickens of the Cleveland Vipers.
Hey, Ronnie, do me a favor and mute your channel on the computer for us so we don't get an echo.
Ronnie Nickens of the Cleveland Vipers.
Hey, Ronnie, do me a favor and mute your channel on the computer for us so we don't get an echo.
All right, that's all.
You got it? All right, good deal. Well, Ronnie, we appreciate you calling in. 29-24, the loss tonight, 16 straight points for Queen City. This has to be one of the toughest losses or the toughest types of losses to take, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they're tough, but this team did a lot of good things, and I'm proud of my staff. We probably got to work on those short yardage situations because we can't have teams thinking they can make first downs or challenge us like that. We've got to be more stout in those situations. Other than that, I thought we had a good game plan. I was impressed with how it was executed. One thing that surprised me was King was really left out, and maybe that had to do something with how they was playing them. I don't know, but I'm proud of what we accomplished in this game. We just got a few minor things to fix, and we'll see what we do next week.
You know, you had a rookie defensive coordinator on the field tonight, and considering the scores around the league, giving up 29 points is not bad. The number one pick in the draft rushes just for 84 yards, held him under 4 yards a carry. All things considered, pretty good effort by the defense tonight. Was that your biggest takeaway from tonight's loss?
Definitely impressed with the how we controlled their number one pick. To me, he's no Parky Cho. He'll never be able to do what Parky Cho did. And I believe they're going to have a lot of games where he's not going to even produce that much to begin with. I just don't think that was a good move for them. That's just my opinion. Parky Cho, if that would have been Parky Cho in that situation, we may have been in a lot of trouble. But I give my defensive coordinator a lot of props for having the team prepared as he had.
Last question for you, Ronnie. You know, Bruno Capone gets an interception. Espen Real, very good game. 9 solo tackles, 12 overall. Darian Bowles with that opening kickoff return. I'm sure everyone could tell just how unprepared I was for that excitement right to start the season. A lot of good play out of your user players tonight. And as an owner, even though you have the loss, it's gotta make you feel good seeing those guys see success in the season so early, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I believe Darian set the tone for the game. We just had to make offensively. We needed a few more pass plays to be executed in the game plan. We may have run just a little too much, but I'll take it because Marcus was doing his thing, and so I can understand why they kept going to him. But I probably further down in the second half, we probably needed to throw the ball and get King involved a little more in that second half.
All right. Thank owner of the Cleveland Vipers, Ronnie Nickens. Thank you for your time, my friend.
All right. Good night, sir.
Good night. Open line now, 210-473-8428. You got to be quick on the call because we got one open line, and then we got to close it off. We now have an open line, 210-473-8428 is the call. And here on the SFL Postgame Show, Queen City beats Cleveland 29-24. NYC loses to Dallas 35-23, and Santa Fe beats Houston 52-41. We now have 916 on the call. 916 area code. You're on the SFL Postgame Show.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, hey.
Who do I got with me?
So you the one who hit my car?
Excuse me? Spam, you gotta love it on the opening night of the SFL postgame show. Open line again, hopefully with something productive. 210-473-8428. And hopefully we can do something a little bit more productive on this next call. You are officially blocked forever. As 585 now finally we're able to get him on the call. 585, how you doing tonight? Who do I got with me?
Matt Wilson.
Matt Wilson, the Silver Slinger, the career. Oh, we lost Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson, go ahead and call back in, my friend. We'll keep you on the air. This is live. This is good stuff, folks. Matt, we get you back?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. You're just trying to be the second spam call in a row.
No, I didn't hit no one's car. Okay, we're safe with that. I have no idea what that was about. But
I don't either, but I got the phone number, and they're never calling back, or I'm never answering them. So they just screwed the pooch if they're an actual person of this SFL organization. The Silver Slinger career highs. I took the liberty to look it up. 562 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. You have got to be as you said in the documentary, on cloud 9. What was better, tonight's victory and those numbers, or that comeback last year?
That's a tough one. I'd say tonight. The only thing was missing was the commentary. I guess that's what tipped the other one. Be close, but I mean, I can't disagree with 6 touchdowns. And I mean, look out, Marconi, I'm coming for you.
Sure, yeah, and Nick T. Quick, you hit him for 4 touchdowns, 250 yards. Miles Morales also was good, 107 yards, 2 scores. Bosco, 13 catches. You really spread the ball around tonight. Was that what was feeling best to you out on the field, Matt? Was just your efforts in the passing game?
Just got to give everybody a little love. Quick was open, and him and I have been working on the off season, just routes, and White Rice looked like Jerry Rice tonight.
One call at a time, folks. We don't want to keep people with the constant beeping. We only have one line. But this is the SFL postgame show. I'm joined by Matt Wilson, the quarterback of the Santa Fe Gorillas. You know, it's been a long off season for Santa Fe and yourself, I'm sure. You know, you go through that long wait. You ended the year on a 4-game losing streak on the road against the SFL runners-up. 52 points. Can you summarize your feelings on how it all has come back around for Santa Fe, at least this week?
Well, it's a good start. We got a long way to go, but I'd rather start with a win than with a loss. So we'll see what next week has in store, what adjustments teams make, but just looking to throw the ball as much as we can.
Your defense did give up 41. Would you rather play in a shootout like tonight, or would you rather be in a game in the 20s like the one on the main game tonight?
Nah, shootouts are more fun. I like my stats. So.
All right. Well,
as long as we win, that's the most important thing. But if either way, I'd rather be in a high-scoring game.
Matt Wilson, if you could give the MVP to anyone else around the league tonight, who would you give it to?
Besides my own teammates, boy, that's a tough one. Probably the guy's name I can't pronounce. Shayatovic.
Yeah, and I hope I got that right tonight.
That sounds right. Yeah, he had some. I mean, last big play of the game was him. So, got to give it up.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Shayatovic to call in here, because I'd love to get his reactions of that game-winning touchdown. Well, Matt Wilson, thank you so much for joining us on the inaugural SFL postgame show. You have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Open line, 210-473-8428. I've got a area code 573 on the call. You are on the SFL postgame show.
Hi, this is Alexander Shayatovic.
Hey, there he is, the hero of the night for the Queen City Corsairs. Please describe to me what it was like seeing that game-winning touchdown.
Started crying. Jumping for joy. It was awesome. You know, Garcia threw a beautiful pass, and, you know, we never gave up. You know, you don't win the first 22 minutes, you know, the last 22 minutes where you win the game, and we just kept on fighting, and it was, can't believe, I still got tears in my eyes. It's amazing.
It's pretty unbelievable considering how this game started, with Bowles returning the opening touchdown for a kickoff, mind you, for a touchdown. We don't see many SFL games start like that. Was the Corsair offense a little shell shocked there on the sideline?
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, in the first drive we went 3-1 play. You know, we were kind of nervous. Felt like, you know, we didn't want to turn over the ball at all, and yeah, it was shell shock. I mean, I was definitely shocked. You know, down 7-0 just like that. You know, we raised the banner and everything, and then just like that, you know, we were down 7-0. Yeah, we were shocked.
You didn't really turn it on until late. Jake Legacy had a good night, but Daniel Garcia, your quarterback, 39 of 51, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pretty solid night for the championship game MVP. What's it like playing for Garcia, catching those passes, and taking sort of the role that Brock Studwell had previously?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of pressure for me because Sudwell was just a phenomenal, tie-in. They use him so much. Garcia is like, to me, he's like our Tom Brady. The players love him. He makes big plays after big plays, in his career. And Legacy, I would say, probably was our most clutch player of the night. He was phenomenal, big plays, big catches, when we need the dink and dunks, he got the 5 yards, 7 yards, 6-yard catches, which was huge for us.
If I would have told you tonight that your team would lead for 15 seconds, what would you have said to me?
I would say you're crazy. I thought, we were going to be up by, pretty good amount, right from the beginning, because we waved our banner. We were all hyped up, the drone was coming. So I would say, yeah, you were crazy. I wouldn't believe that.
We got to see a little bit of your conference in action tonight. Dallas took down NYC. Obviously, you probably haven't gotten a chance to look at a lot of the film from that game, but Marconi, 15 of 22, 282, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was really good. What were you able to catch in the time from that game-winning touchdown to calling into the show? What have you been able to catch up on off the field around the league?
Oh, yeah, I check on Dallas here and there. My one thing with Dallas, their defense. I thought their defense was really good. I think they hold New York the first 3 times with field goals, to 9 points, which was phenomenal. You'd be up 28-9, you're going to be in a good spot. So I think Dallas had a really good defense. I saw them making a lot of bang plays. They were getting like 20, 30-yard plays, looked like. But, yeah, I think Dallas definitely going to be a good team. I kind of had a feeling they're going to be a good team. The whole new uniform look and such like that. I think, I was impressed with their defense the most of all. I like their defense. They were good.
Long week for Queen City. You have a week and a half to prepare for your 3-game road trip. It starts with Baltimore. Of course, Baltimore has probably more fans than any other team in the league. Certainly more user players. I know you're new to this league, but what is your impression of Baltimore just by seeing them and their activity in our community?
Oh yeah, I think actually they probably have one of the best fan base. I mean, they're always on. They were always talking. They're always doing something. So Baltimore, I've been very impressed with them. They seem like a bunch of good guys out there. They have a lot of dedication. Almost the entire team just seem like they dedicated and constantly, really talking the most of all. We're not much of a talker here in Queen City, but I've been impressed with them. They seem like really good guys. The owners seem like a really nice guy. So yeah, I've been impressed with them. But we're gonna have to beat them week 2. It can be a good game, but we're going to end up winning.
Shayatovic, did I get it right?
Perfect.
How about that?
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Like, how you do it? You can't Google it. Like, I don't know how you pull that off. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Everybody say Shayatovic. They couldn't even say it. They look at me like, how do you even say that? I'm like, Shayatovic. Eastern Europe. That's how it is. And you got it perfect. So I was very impressed with that.
Good deal. Alexander Shayatovic, tight end for the Queen City Corsairs. Thank you for your time tonight, my friend.
Thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right, you too. Open line now, 210-473-8428. Postgame show rolls on. About 11 minutes left in our first SFL postgame show. Again, Queen City beats Cleveland 29-24. Dallas beats NYC 35-23. And Santa Fe beats Houston 52-41 tonight. And we've heard Alexander the Great, Plejatovic, as Glory D says. 903 is the area code now on the call. You are on the SFL postgame show.
Hey, Steve Mullinex here.
Hey, Stephen Mullinex, the owner of the Dallas Roughnecks and head coach of the Dallas Roughnecks. You have got to be on cloud 9. What a performance by your team, 1-0 to start the season.
Well, let me start out by
by obviously congratulating NYC on a great game and congratulating you on a terrific opening night. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate that.
For everything that you do for the league and do for us. And, very encouraged by what we saw tonight. As you know, we're trying something that's a little bit experimental with the 4 wide receiver set, something that NYC was trying to do last season. So we're really excited about what we saw and actually saw a lot more balance than I thought we would. But I think everybody knows here in the first week, it's kind of like as far as, strategy is concerned, it's almost like a preseason type game. Nobody knows who's doing what. After week 1, we all have a better idea, and that strategy starts to come into play a little bit more. So really happy for the win, but taking it with a little grain of salt, knowing that we've got a long way to go.
Your linebacker play was so good last year, and tonight Bones Malone, 13 tackles, 4 for loss, defended a couple of passes. Robbie had an interception, a heads-up play there, 8 total tackles, and 3 behind the line for him. What goes into a defensive strategy to get those linebackers so involved in the game with the run and the pass? If you could share some insight on that.
Sure. When you're calling your defense, you just want to make sure that those players that you've invested in, those players that you set abilities for, are always in the game. That's one thing. You need to make sure they're always on the field. I mean, they're doing you absolutely no good on the sidelines. But also, you want to make sure that you're playing a defense that takes advantage of their abilities. Having enough speed on the linebackers is important if you want to stop the run and stuff the run. We did a fairly good job of that. Not enough from what I looked at, but honestly, to be perfectly honest, I thought we may have invested too highly in our linebackers, and that maybe lowered ability. Linebackers would do just as well. But after seeing what happened tonight, the investments paid off so far.
Stephen, I don't know if you see in the chat, I'm distracted by TJ's comment of "my wife is a bee," Maurice. But that's just an example of the craziness that goes on SFL game nights. But I'm sure you got to survey a lot of the league from your owner's box, and sort of watching around and scouring the league. What stood out to you tonight through what occurred around the league?
Well, a lot. Honestly, to start with the NYC Sailors, I think they are an improved team from last year. Again, they'll make adjustments. We know that he's good at that, and that I think he'll be a real contender this year. I mean, eye-popping stats coming out of Santa Fe and the Houston game. But with the Roughnecks, we're all about defense, and at least we have been. We're trying to switch that narrative now with Marconi and Davis, but. You got to like a good back-and-forth battle. Cleveland and Queen City, it was actually closer than I thought it would be, and both teams played really well. I really enjoyed that. The eye-popping stats from Houston, the Hyenas, and Gorillas are great for the numbers, but it doesn't say a lot for their defense. And I would like to see a more balanced defense from both. I'm sure the owners are going to be scrambling to do that as well. That's what I saw tonight, but I'm really looking forward to the entire week, man. This was just a great opening night, and there's so many awesome things to look forward to here in the next few days.
You've had to hear for weeks, for months, since you got Rocco Marconi. Oh, he's a system quarterback. He's going to go back to his old Grand Rapids days. He's going to be a shadow of his former self. You took a lot of heat from the just the player side and choosing to go with the league's all-time leading passer. 15 of 22, 282, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was perfect. He got everybody involved, spread the ball around. Dallas wasn't on the field, honestly, that much offensively. I believe only 44 or 45 offensive plays tonight. But when Marconi had the ball in his hands, he was in control. What are your thoughts on finally getting to see Marconi in action against a great SFL defense and watching him sort of put those doubts to bed?
Well, when as an owner coach, there's an onus put on you when you have a player like Marconi on your team, and you want to do him justice. What he's done in this league is legendary, and you want to try to maintain that. That was probably my biggest hiccup going into the season, was that I want to make sure Marconi shines. I want that to continue, and yeah, it was a good showing tonight. And he did just what he's always done, and it's exactly what the reason why I wanted him in the off season and made the trade for him is because of who he is and how consistent he is, and he just showed that he has the traits to win in the league, and I'm really happy to have him on the team. I think he solidifies our offense. I mean, he absolutely does, and he was the perfect answer for the 4 wide receiver set that we're running.
Stephen Mullinex, owner, head coach of the Dallas Roughnecks. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. And are you the one who hit my car? I'm just wondering.
No, I've been here all night at headquarters.
Okay, I got to find that guy. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya. Open line, last caller of the night. SFL postgame show, fairly successful opening night, despite the one caller. But 210-473-8428. We did break the record tonight of 80 viewers. Final call of the night. We'd like to get someone who a player, coach, or owner who was on the field tonight. But if those players are all tapped out, we'll take any call to wrap up the post-game show and get your general reactions on having the opening night SFL back in action as Queen City, Dallas, and Santa Fe get the victories. Also want to take the time to tell you that Wednesday night, Minneapolis-Tallahassee is our spotlight game. We also have Oklahoma City, Orlando on SFL N3, and we have DC and Carolina on SFL N2. Should be another tremendous night of SFL action, and we need all of your support all the time, and hope to see you here on game nights as we take a mini break between Sunday and Wednesday on the SFL. Again, call-in number is 210-473-8428. I got about 3.5 minutes left. If anyone wants to call in and let us know what's on their minds, I do have the last caller, 310 area code. You're on the SFL postgame show.
This is Matthew Boozer, outside linebacker for the Houston Hyenas.
Oh, Mr. Boozer, I saw your post-game comments before you put on your suit and tie and walked in here. You were not happy about what happened tonight in Houston.
No, I had all the games up, and I'm just sitting there watching Matt Wilson. I applaud them for their efforts. They were prepared. They came in. They were just beating us downfield. They were beating us on corner routes. We were really getting abused in the passing game. And I tip my hats to Santa Fe and the offense. But, still, I'm super disappointed that we couldn't put our efforts that we put in the fourth quarter into the first 3 halves. I don't know what happened. It's still, it's only first game of the season, but for me, it's a little disappointing, a little underwhelming for our first game of the season.
And in part of the SFL, you have a chance as a defender to watch film and to help the coaching staff sort of make those adjustments. Well, I'm sure that you've got some ideas on how the Hyena defense can get prepared for Tallahassee next week, which I should say is a completely different type of team than Santa Fe. You go from facing a heavy pass team to a heavy run team, or expecting to be a heavy run team. What do you think that challenge will be like, and what does the defense have to do to improve?
I just think we need to if we're going to commit to a game plan, just do it. It seems like we're prepared for Santa Fe in terms of if they had a run game, but we faltered. If we knew their strengths, if we knew they were a pass-heavy team, we just weren't prepared for that. Regardless if we had watched film, if we had known prior to that Santa Fe was a aired out type of team, we still weren't prepared for that. And if we go in the same way we going against Santa Fe, and we know Tallahassee is a run heavy team, and we still going like how we went in tonight, we're just going to get abused. So, we need to just have our prep work. We need to be prepared for a run heavy team in Tallahassee, and just go and prepare for that. Our offense Darnell Black was the only bright spot beside Sim. Darnell Black was literally the anchor of our offense tonight. He 29 carries for 284 yards. That's ridiculous that our run game was on point, but our passing game we didn't show anything in our passing game besides Sim, who 8 receptions, 60 yards, 2 TDs. But our defense, we need better prep work. our prep work going in next week against Tallahassee just needs to be on point if we want to get a win on the board this season.
Last question for you, Mr. Boozer. You get lucky in a way because you get a second shot at Santa Fe. You're the only team you play twice this year. That's Sunday, September 18th, and you're on the road against them. What is that game going to mean for you?
That's a revenge game for this week one game. I mean, they beat us. Matt Wilson had the game of his career. Nick Quick, Morales, Bosco, he was just passing the ball around. So it's more like a revenge game, more about evening the score. They came out and almost humiliated us on opening night. So it's revenge for me. It's revenge for our team, obviously. But I just want to get payback as soon as possible.
Matthew Boozer, appreciate the time, linebacker for the Houston Hyenas.
All right, Cam, you have a nice night.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our first ever SFL Network live call-in post-game show. We hope you enjoyed it. Queen City beats Cleveland 29-24. Dallas beats NYC 35-23. And Santa Fe beats Houston 52-41. Highlights of all of these games will be up on the website later this evening. And the full games will also be available on simulationfl.com and our YouTube channel. And look out for preview content for Wednesday and Thursday's games, along with other gems in multimedia coming up on simulationfl.com through Slack, photo galleries, all sorts of good stuff coming your way. It's the end of the night for the SFL Network, and it's been a great one. I am your play-by-play commentator and SFL Commissioner, Cameron Irvine, and we appreciate you for making opening night a great one. Good night, everybody.